Hey, hello, physical education friends and family. This is Mr. Spring, your friendly PE teacher. Hey, I'm just going to run you through what these YouTube at-home PE with Liberty lessons are going to look like and kind of explain which each step or phase should look like, feel like, and what you can expect as you get your physical education learning on from the seats of your homes and hopefully a little bit outside as well. So let's start with our brain and body boost. All right, what we call the triple B at Liberty Ridge, also known as your warm up, right? So this phase is going to last 3 to 5 minutes. And you can tell by the music, it's about us getting moving, getting our bodies and our brains boosted with oxygen and blood flowing throughout our whole body, getting our mind and our body ready for the main focus of the learning, which is going to happen right after this. So during this brain and body boost, it might include physical fitness activities, dice activities, coin flip activities, locomotors with galloping, skipping, or it just might be some cool, fun movement with your bodies, including like dude perfect tricks or parkour or just creative ways to move with your body. So when you see that brain and body boost title come up, get ready for some fun and instant movement to get your brains and your bodies boosted. All right, now on to the main focus of our YouTube at-home PE lessons with Liberty. It's going to be called the learning target phase. You're going to see it in red. You're going to see an actual target pointing towards a skill. During this portion of your at-home PE lesson, you're going to be learning specific standards or hitting certain objectives. For instance, it might be an overhand throw, it might be an underhand throw, it might be an underhand roll, it might be a stationary kick, it might be foot dribbling, it might be catching, all kinds of things that are specific skills. It might even be social, emotional, mental skills that we're trying to work on and hit. But when you see that red title that says learning targets, we're going to slow things down a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about what these different skills should look like, should feel like, and then we're going to hopefully apply it to some games and some challenges. We've got some fun challenges with Mr. Spring, Miss LeMay, and you might even get to challenge Mr. Spring's sons at home in a little bit of beat the teach or beat the moose or beat the goose, and you'll learn a little bit more about that later. But when you see that learning target title come up, be ready for some serious learning, but some serious fun and play as well.
Hello Liberty Ridge students, it's Miss LeMay here from my house, and I'm going to be sending you a little video here on what a calming closure is and when you'll see them in your daily lessons. So a calming closure is kind of like those last 5 minutes of PE when we turn on the calm music and you work on your breathing. It's going to be very similar to that, but you get to do them in your home, and you're going to have like 5 to 10 different options to be able to do instead of just breathing. That might be writing a letter or calling or FaceTiming maybe grandma or grandpa. Could be stretching, writing a note, or keeping a journal of what you're grateful for. It could be hydrating, drinking water, and having a healthy snack. Maybe reflecting on something really good that happened during your day with mom or dad or anyone, siblings, your dog. It could be listening to music that you enjoy that's going to slow your heart rate back down. Or it could be thinking about what muscles did I use and how did I use them while maybe you're having a drink of water or a snack. So that is your calming closure. And the really cool part is we might tell you which one to pick from, or maybe you get to pick on your own which one works best for you. I don't know. We'll see as time goes on. But that's what a calming closure is and what you can expect over the duration of our e-learning time. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.
All right, physical education friends and fam, you know exactly what to expect with these at-home PE YouTube lessons we're going to be sending you weekly. Our goal as your at-home PE teachers is to send at least 2 of these per week, and our ultimate goal is to get 3 out per week, hopefully every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday starting March 30th. But until then, you can always reach back to this YouTube tutorial to remind yourself of what every phase should look like and feel like when you're doing these lessons. And before we cut you completely loose, we want to just remind all students especially, and any guardians and families supporting them with these PE lessons, 3 very important things. Number 1, please be safe. We talk about in our classroom when we're in school, in the gymnasium, in our classroom. My job as your PE teacher is to keep you safe. And your job in my classroom is to help keep it safe. Well, now that you're at home and you're going to be doing these activities with or without a guardian around, you need to, 1, make sure that your guardian sees the lessons before you do them. Okay, and then 2nd, you need to ask them if you can use specific space, specific things around the house to do those activities, so they know how they can help keep you safe while you're doing those lessons. So number 1, be safe. Number 2, we need you to be unbelievably creative. My favorite part as a physical education job is every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year, I get to be creative with how I use equipment, how I use space, how I use students' abilities, and most importantly, how I use my goals and objectives and get you to grasp onto them. Okay, and that could be used through space, equipment, lesson materials, stuff like that. But guess what? You're at home, and we don't totally know what you have for equipment and space. So if I'm going to demonstrate something with a ball or a rolled up sock, and you don't have those things, you might have to get creative. You might have to use a pillow. You might have to tie up a sweatshirt into a ball. You might have to use an emptied out milk jug that's clean to use as a ball that you can kick or something you can catch. We need you to be unbelievably creative to allow you to do all these lessons that we're going to create for you. Now, if you have all kinds of activity, balls and bats and bases and stuff like that, please use them. If you don't, we can't wait to see and hear how you're going to get creative with what you have at home and be safe to do each of these lessons. 3, we need you to be flexible, friends. Again, if you don't have the equipment, okay, or if you don't have a guardian around and you need to wait, you need to be patient. You need to be flexible when we're doing this at-home physical education stuff. And, you know, that might mean taking a day off, or that might mean skipping portions of the YouTube lessons we create. That's okay. If you don't get everything done, friends, it's fine. If you just want to get outside and just play with your friends, play with your parents, play with your dog, walk around the house, walk around the neighborhood instead of some of the things we're doing because you can't do it, that's fine. We want you to get that heart to say thank you, like Mr. Cronin taught us years ago. And we want you to engage with other humans as much as you can, but as safe as you can, okay? And above all else, like we tell you every single day, as your PE teachers, we notice you, we care about you, and we want you to succeed, okay? And if you can do or feel all of those different things while you're doing these lessons every week until we get back to school, we've done our job. And you know what's even better? When you flip it around and you show others around you that you notice them, you care about them, and you want them to be successful outside of school. So until we see each other in more PE at-home lessons on YouTube, stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you soon.